Hello everyone, my name is Harsh Masne. My SAP ID is 600011980004. Today I am going to present my fifth DLSC practical, that is voltage to current converter with grounded and floating load. So let's start. So first we'll see the floating load voltage to current converter. So as the name indicates, the load resistor is in floating. So here the resistor RL is not linked to the ground. So the voltage Vin, which is the input voltage, is given to the non-inverting terminal of an op amp, and the inverting terminal is driven by the feedback voltage, which is across the resistor RL. So this feedback voltage is determined by the load current, and it is in the series with the Vd, which is the differential voltage. So for the input loop, the voltage equation will be Vin is equal to Vd plus Vf. So as we all know, the differential voltage is 0. So my Vin becomes equal to the Vf. So here Vf is nothing but the load current into the R. So my load current becomes Vin by R. So let's design this circuit. So before that, we'll see the calculation for it. So here if my Vin is 1 volt and I want a load current of 4 milliamps, so I will take R as a 250 ohms. So let's see the circuit on the LT-Spice. So this is my circuit where my R is equal to 250 ohms. So now we'll check the load current at the feedback resistor. So here my load resistor is of 2 kilo ohms and my Vin is 1 volt. So let's see the load current. So here as you can see 3.9 milliamps, which is approximately 4 milliamps. So now let's move to the next circuit, that is the ground load voltage to current converter. So here as the name suggests, the resistor is always connected to the load resistor is always connected to the ground. So the input voltage relationship with the load current will be. So here we will first apply the Kirchhoff law at the node V1. So it will be I1 plus I2 is equal to IL. So here my I1 will be Vn minus V1 upon R, and my I2 will be VO minus V1 upon R is equal to load current. So here after simplification, my V1 will be V1 V non-inverting the non-inverting inverting voltage plus the VO minus IL into R by 2. So as we all know, the gain of a non-inverting amplifier is A is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So here we'll take the same resistor values. So here my RF is equal to R is equal to R1. So if my resistor values are equal, my gain will become 2. So here my VO becomes Vin plus VO minus the load current. So here my VO gets cancelled and I get the Vin is equal to IL into R. So here similarly the load current is equal to Vin by R. So we'll take the same calculations for the grounded load. So here thus we conclude from the above equation that the load current is related to the voltage, the Vin and the resistor R. So here we are taking the same resistors only to verify it. So let's open the circuit. So here is my circuit. So here as you can see, my RF and the R1 are the similar. R1 and R2 are the similar to 250 ohms. So and here my load resistor is of 2 kilo as similar in the floating load. So my load current is equal to V in by R. So here I am giving input as a 1 volt. So let's simulate this and see the load current. So here I will get the load current. So as you can see, 2.56, it's less than the 4 milliamps. So let's see the drawback of this circuit. So here it has a drawback that it is used for the minimum loads only. So it has a drawbacks because the feedback resistor R1 depends on the output current IO and with the input difference voltage VID. So from the observation we will conclude that the voltage to current converter with floating load and the grounding load circuit will only work for the minimum loads because as we go on increasing the load resistors, the values of our load current does not matches with the theoretical value. Thus it fails while designing it practically. So here I have taken the observations, you can see here. So when my load is at a so my load is when my load is 2 kilo ohms, as you can see the difference is very much with the theoretical values and the calculated values. The theoretical and the practical values, as you can see, there is a difference between the theoretical and practical values. So as we go on increasing the load resistors, my difference will be more and more. You can see it goes into the microampere. So this fails, it cannot be implemented on the breadboard. So as you can see here also when my load resistor is of 10 kilo ohms, you can see the load current goes to the microampere while my theoretical values are different, is in milliamps. So to eliminate this, we use a special purpose voltage to current converter IC, that is XTR111. So let's open the datasheet for knowing much about it. So here the XTR111 is a precious voltage to current converter designed for the standard 0 to 20 milliamps or 4 to 20 milliamps analog signal and source up to the 36 milliamps. So here this is the functional internal block diagram of the XTR111. So here there are two input buffers and we get output here. So here the I out is 10 times V in by R set. So here the ratio between the input and the output current is set by a single resistor, the R set. The circuit can also be modified for voltage output. So here an external P MOSFET transistor ensures high output resistance. So here it is a adjustable voltage regulator also. So from it adjusts from 3 to 15 volts which provides the supply voltage for additional circuit. So this ICs has a many applications. So here it can be used for the voltage control current source, then it can be used for the both current or the voltage output for up to 3 wire sensor system, and it is also can be used in PLC output programmer drivers. So for the conversion of voltage to current converter, we always prefer this IC while the op-amp. So that's the end of our fifth experiment. Thanks for watching.